So hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Ruth Kerubo and I'm your host for Teach Crest International. And today's topic is really a bit delicate, and this is why. So a parent in a group that I am in posted that she is a frustrated mother because the son went missing over the weekend, and upon missing, he called in. That was on Sunday, yesterday. That is second, third, yeah. And he said that he has decided he's not going to sit for the Kenya's certificate of secondary education. Yeah, and he never gave an explanation, just that. So, um, and he's missing. No. So let's start with first things. First, as a parent, I think this mom should try to ensure that the child is safe. Yeah. Things whether they sit for the KCSE or not is a secondary one. So the first thing I believe, if you find yourself in such a situation, is first to report to the police that your son is missing and you need them to be traced. Number two, as a parent, you need to reassure yourself that you're enough. Don't start beating yourself of what, whether you could have been the cause or what. So relax. I know, yeah, you could be very disappointed, especially for me. Like for me, a lot was invested. School where you are paying for over 110,000 per year. Mm. So by the end of the 4 years, technically you have spent half a million. So when, as a stakeholder, the beneficiary just vamooses, disappears, vanishes into the thin air without explanation, um, you feel hurt and heartbroken. But you need to calm down and understand where this child is coming from, okay? So that's the next thing. Don't beat yourself. Another thing, create a safe haven for that child so that they know they can always come back home, and not just a home but a comfy and safe place. So all your anger issues, all your disappointments, all the things that you wanna project to them, especially for example if you're a single parent, don't start telling them, I've been doing this for you. No, it's not necessary at this point. You just need to ensure they are in safe hands, and thank God that they are with you, especially with these current abductions. You never know. Then the fourth thing is you need to approach the professionals. I'm talking about the therapists, the counselors, so that you can find a way to dig into the root issue of the matter. Perhaps this child is suffering from depression or some mental issue. Sometimes we underestimate um, mental illness, especially fear, the phobia for exams, the fear of failure. And okay, like for the 844 system, when I went through, I remember during my KCSE period, that was in 2016. Yes, it was conducive. We had our teachers having done their best. So yes, there was that level of competence, confidence, because you're competent. The syllabus has been covered. Then we had special meals. We had the marmalade, mandazis and biscuits for tea at 4. So somehow these things calmed us down. We didn't have that homesick. But again, you feel so much emptiness that you're going to leave this place that you have called home for so long. You're not going to meet your friends that much, yeah. And as much as you're in an technology era where you can, a person is just a call away, you can video call. There's that sadness, because this is a familiar place. Another thing, there's also the fact that what if I fail? Yeah, because like us, we used to be told to whom much has been given, much is expected from them. So there was that pressure. You're in a national school, blah blah blah. I don't know the choice of your student or you yourself, but there's that pressure. You need to excel. Yeah, this competition is really stiff, and to imagine that for that 2 hours, 2.5 hours, 2 hours 45 minutes, for example, it's geography. It's going The grade is going to determine your life. Someone is going to attach that grade to say whether you're an academic dwarf or an academic giant. It's going to determine your courses that you want to do. You see, like at first, let me illustrate. At the beginning, this is how our dreams are. They're so wide. Thereafter, as we grow older, as we sit for this national assessment, they start to become thinner. You understand? They take this. Kadogo. So, it's the same thing. Start being judged because of a one-time grade without even taking into consideration that perhaps at this point someone was sick, maybe their parents died, something happened to them, so they were not in a mental capacity to even handle that exam. Already that's a disadvantage. um so those are the probable reasons that I think the child might have taken flight. There could also be the issue, perhaps they are taking drugs, or they have lacked hope. And this is now where hope comes in. We underestimate it also. You see, even as teachers, it's good to give hope to our children. Yeah, like right now, yes, you can pass your exams, but even with the um, cadres in the education system, yeah, you've got maybe the uh, direct entry into university, but now financing becomes a challenge. So that is likely to disadvantage them. And the fact that you find there are other things that deter. For example, you find a graduate who is jobless, or yeah, they are unemployed, or they're taking drugs. Like, the child starts questioning the rationale. What is the point? What is the whole point of life? That is if they have reached the existentialism, right? Yeah, they're trying to even ask themselves, does really God exist, when after you've strained all this while it's not working? Yet someone who was maybe considered an e-student is really performing. uh, they are successful, they have money, they are driving, they are taking flights, they are sitting in tables of honor. So all these things are likely to contribute to the child taking flight. That is, if their personality is taking flight. Sometimes you have to fight head on. Sometimes others avoid. Yeah, we have avoidance. Others are anxious. Like for me, for a very long time, I used to be an anxious person. I remember in class 5, I could even be given a paper and I started sweating. So you can imagine writing an insha, you're using a pencil, then you're rubbing, then you're sweating. It actually used to be dirty. So you need to work on that. So, having said that, that is also drug and substance abuse is a probable reason as to why they might have taken flight. So, in such a case, you need to sit down with the child, give them hope, and tell them that they can chart their way out. It's not the end of the world. And yeah, I know there's that flight anxiety. I've paid all this, then I'm gonna pay again. So make them know that irrespective of what they are going to get, you still love them. Whether you get an A, a B, or C, or a D, or an E, you still feel loved. I remember, like, in that 2016, when the results were released. Yeah, I had passed, but not to my expectation. Like, for a very long time, okay, throughout my entire high school, like a subject like bio, there's no day I ever went below a B plus. Then now you're seeing a C plus. Yes, it's a pass, but I felt insulted. You've been passing English, then all of a sudden you're seeing a B. I know, no, success and failure is relative. To me, that was a fail. Then you're coming to math and physics. I had chosen physics because I knew by then, my truth is, an attitude slow learner. So I did have a good attitude towards our class teacher, who was also our maths teacher. And you could not raise an issue that we don't want this maths teacher, because it's the class teacher who approves such issues before they're taken to the principal. So it was almost impossible, but it did affect us, because we felt like this teacher was going with the fast learners only, and was not that strict. We're not being caned at more girls Eldoret. So there's no that pressure. You fail to do exam, the tests, because in any case, even after doing the exercises, it's a fellow student, the how do we do it, the subject promoter, who would go there and read the answers from the answer book, and yeah, life continues. Yeah, so there's that slow learning. So when I had taken physics, because I knew that was my situation in math, I expected physics to be my substitute for math, for courses, because I wanted to do things like radiology, dentistry. Though along the way, I realized I'm not cut for anything medical. I don't know. Yeah, the drugs, nah, nah, nah. So they came the same grade, C minor. Ah, is it a C minor or a C? Yeah, I felt so bad, because I felt like my dreams had been shattered. I was there crying. Then my then boyfriend, actually my baby daddy, um, was comforting me. Then when I showed my parents, expected, I was like, you know what, I just want to bridge this note. I can't believe. Or they go for remarking, but they were like, it's fine, you try, you did your best, and congratulations. The fact that it was during Matiang's time, there was zero stealing, zero cheating. You did your best, girl. So that really motivated me. I felt better. So it's the same case. Just make a safe place for your child to come home, and yeah, don't judge them. The final thing, actually not final, when it comes to exams, make them understand, yeah, is their choice. uh and the fact that 844 is fading, they should really hurry up and just finish, yeah, and call it a wrap, because you don't want them to be regretting in the near future. I had that opportunity. Let them know that challenges will be there, they can be faced, and they can continue on with life normally. Yeah, otherwise, as a parent, if you find yourself in such a situation, please take heart, be comforted. Yeah, the first thing is to ensure that your child is safe and in your hands, and to provide an enabling environment for them to express themselves. And another thing, this is a plea, a clarion call for us as parents, to ensure that we are present parents in our children, so that we are actually friends to them, so that they can really confide in us. Sometimes we are too strict, we are disciplinarians, and they don't feel safe to even share their intimate worries and things. Another thing is to reassurance. Keep praying for your children, keep reassuring them. Sometimes you have to call them and tell them, you know what, I am besides you, come what may, I'll still love you the way you are. You're my child, okay? Not the way God does. You wrong him and you go and say, I'm sorry. He's like, fine. You're still my child. Go and sin no more. Yeah? What Jesus was saying. So, that is it. And I hope these tips have really helped. So, and from the point of a student, exams, national exams are just like another exam. In fact, they're the cheapest. Um, Unlike mocks, you have been exposed to many papers. So this should just be a ticket to saying that, you know what, I deserve this, and yeah, go for it. And finally, what did I want to say? Take it easy. Do your best, and God will do the rest. No, I used to love this song. Usinipite Mwokozi, unisikie unapowazuru wengine, usinipite Bwana, Bwana, naomba unisikie unapozuru wengine, usinipite kiti chako cha rehema na kitazama, magoti napiga pale, usinipite Bwana, Bwana, naomba unisikie unapozuru wengine, usinipite. And for sure, as he was visiting others, he also visited me. I went to my dream school, where I wanted to be waking up at 6. There's no morning preps in the dark. Hours, good meals. You see, so be reassuring yourself that it's going to be better. Actually, the higher you go, the cooler it becomes. Because like now campus, you just find exams are there will be no police, no nothing. You just sit for your exams comfortably and you go, and life continues. Otherwise, hope you have been blessed. Until next time, bye.